To pray, there's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. Now, whenever we last left off, this superwoman had just explained certain things about her timeline. Although she is leaving out key details. If she informs him of them, then yikes. It will not be fun. Now, with that being said, Midoriya was just informed that they also have a Sajam. Okay, so this is getting more complicated. That being the next words that came out of his mouth. After his shock. And then asking her exactly who is it. Her not really sure what to say. He should know who it is, right? Or some of those stories, were they not accurate? It's annoying. As she stands up, the two walking their way through the Hall of Justice. Eventually, Kirishima being pulled aside, while he is talking with a few other people. Him kinda confused as he just looks straight at Midoriya, thinking for a second that this is it, isn't it? He's about to be attacked or, well, prosecuted for something. He poses a threat to the sky. Shit. Well, it was good while it lasted. As the Superwoman will begin to say that you have not revealed yourself yet, have you? What? No, what do you mean? Midoriya is saying that, from what he heard, you're the new Sajam, right? I figured Billy was alive. Then again, it kinda does make sense. Well, I know he died. Yeah. The wizard kinda told me about all that. The wizard? Oh. Kirishima explaining it. Whenever the parademons attacked Earth, and he tried to defend his city, he almost died trying to save a group of civilians. He sat there holding up a pile of rubble. And the building was going to collapse. So he just kept getting harder, going further beyond than he ever thought possible. Before he felt the rubble smash his body into the ground. He thought he died. Then, the next thing he knows, he was talking with someone, and they were sitting on a throne, explaining that he has shown great honor. He has shown great strength and great, discipline. He told me that I was supposed to die, but he pulled me away because I was seen as someone important. All I had to do was say his name. As soon as I heard it, I knew what was happening. And I said it as fast as I could. I was excited. I was happy. Next thing I knew, I was alive. And I unburied myself as fast as I could. I was able to luckily move fast enough to where people thought I was you, thinking that you were saving your own city. In fact, I think someone actually mistook me for the Flash. Then again, the Flash can't fly. Yeah, speaking of that, Bakugo, I guess, is our new Flash? I'm not too sure. What? Yeah, apparently he controls the Speed Force now. Oh my god. That is confusing. You're telling me. Anyways, now, Midoriya turned into Superwoman, saying that he wants the entire story. He knows that she is lying to him. Her just getting annoyed. All of these three walking around and eventually going to the tech lab that they have there. Quite a few scientists and people or engineers are talking, and they're reverse engineering quite a few things. In fact, they've recently been able to actually find the blueprints and salvage them and reverse engineer the Watchtower's teleporter, meaning that trading can be a lot easier. You can teleport something from halfway around the planet, or possibly across space. It's actually very interesting. As there's also Principal Nezu from UA. He's currently helping lead the idea for something else. However, Mr. Nezu and quite a few other people do stop what they're doing and stare at Midoriya, the Superwoman, and, well, Kirishima. Whenever Midoriya's fight was broadcasted, people saw him fly. So, this may not be entirely human either. That's at least what a few of them are thinking. As the Superwoman is looking around and walking around, before walking over to her desk and speaking to the woman who is sitting behind it. The woman, she is, at least, one of the cleanest people in the room, since everyone else is covered in oil and, well, yeah. They're working on new machines. Stuff to lift heavy equipments and, well, scientific discoveries. Since a lot of the things here are so different. As she goes on saying that she needs to have a conversation. And that it is going to be very, very important. The woman looking up from drawing her schematics and saying that she is interrupting her work. She's currently leading a project and is very experimental. You do understand that, yes, Miss Intelli, I do understand what you are doing, and in fact, I have data that you may find interesting. So, if you talk with me and cooperate, I will hand it over, since I actually do need that little experiment you're working on. I'm sorry, who are you again? Who I am does not matter, but just you know, where I come from, you are a well-known individual. And you've helped out far more than you can ever imagine. Besides, you are actually one of the people from my timeline who are remembered. Ah, interesting. So, what would you like to know? Well, your current project, the one that you thought failed. What was it you called it? Project... I'm guessing you're referring to Project... well... B. Yes, that one. You're trying to recreate and copy a supercomputer, creating it and making it just like the Justice Leagues. In fact, you did go to Gotham some time ago, didn't you? You are very well informed. Yes, I am. I'm aware that you copied data from that computer. Then, you're trying to recreate it from scratch. I have all the data right here. As she reaches into her pockets and has 3 USB drives. Now, Sayako is confused. What are these? In fact, this is beginning to get more and more curious. Letting the Superwoman continue, as she goes on saying that one of these drives is everything you are making currently. In fact, you've made a mistake, and you won't realize it until halfway through. Now, after that, you enlisted the help of all the smartest minds left over from Earth. In fact, 3 of them are currently in this room, along with actually enlisting the Flash of my timeline. And, well, me. Because of that, this is 40 years worth of information that I can just hand over to you. However, if I do that, I'm not sure how much it would affect this time. As she would just bring her hand up to her head. Someone's shaking it. Things are beginning to change. The timeline is malleable. However, she isn't supposed to be here. And some of those changes are starting to set in. She's beginning to have memories. And certain actions are beginning to change things around. Or is someone going to drop down to the ground? The USB landing on the desk, as the other 2 drop onto the ground. Or is someone just bending over and picking the 2 back up. However, Sayako has actually grabbed onto this one in her hand. In fact, she recognizes it. Very interesting, as the Superwoman is shaking off her fatigue, saying that she wasn't going to give her that yet. Well, I can tell you one thing. You have my invested interest. What do you need? Well, first, we need to go to the computer. This information you're going to want to see. Along with you, Midoriya. Now, this would be whenever they would leave the room. Mr. Nezu is curious, however, wanting to understand this. His name was brought up. One of the 3 brightest minds in this room. That is saying something. Now, exactly what does that mean, however? Quite curious. I could follow them, or I could finish up my job here. Then again, if I am becoming the topic of discussion, I would like to know exactly why. Him actually following them. As for the next room, or another room they go into, this is actually a bigger part of the fortress. And whenever she does actually show off her previous creation, it is a small computer. It is fairly good in what it does, as the Supergirl plugs in the data and shows it off. It just explaining as a video starts playing. Hello. My name, well, I don't believe I should disclose. However, if you are watching this, then things have already changed. From what I know, in my journal, I have written down the time language. I'm going by what it says. All the recorded events that I have listed down are what happened. My timeline may have already been affected. If it has been, then do not, well, go over or care about the information I am stating. As she goes on to the explanation. And videos begin to pop up on screen, showing off what's happening, explaining her timeline. 20 years from now, Midoriya, he kinda fought back. That was the final stepping stone. He takes down Darkseid. However, in a few, well, years, Mongol comes back, expecting to take down and rule over this planet. Midoriya kills him, being exposed to the virus. That being whenever it does show his face. This is him 7 years later. Their brightest minds were able to slow down his infection rate. But it may be too late. Not even the fortress could find a cure. Not even Jor-El knows what is happening. This is an alien infection. However, their traces do go back to Lex Luthor, maybe behind this. At the given time, as the woman on video just brings her hand into her head, saying Lex Luthor is working with Darkseid, and is possibly creating the Paradoom Army. You are going to need to take them down. They may be in the experimental phase, but they are still very deadly. And quite mortal. He hasn't figured out the immortality part, because if he does figure that out, the army he may lose control of. And it's better to have an army that you can slaughter, rather than one that you can't. Now, Midoriya is staring at the screen, looking at this. This is him? That can't be. Even then, it's all weird. As the video does change, informing him that they are going to need to go find Brainiac. Brainiac knows exactly where Lex Luthor is, his whereabouts, along with Hal Jordan. You, Izuku Midoriya, go on a very long-winded search. In fact, 5 years from now, you leave. And you miss the birth of another child. My little brother. Midoriya kinda surprised, hearing that word. Little brother. What is that? Him immediately turning to Supergirl, as she just stares at him, saying that she never knew him. In fact, you left barely whenever I started to. Hi, Dad. Long time no see. Midoriya kind of in shock, before at least trying to maintain calm. He killed Jiro. No. No, no, no. That's not happening. That is not the future that is going to be. That's not the future that's going to happen. Midoriya's eyes begin to course with shame, as Sophie basically just, well, turns to her father, saying that he needs to calm down and to control the power. Her just raising his head and saying that she does have good memories, and that she does remember that little song that you sing. Remember it, Dad. Please. Now, Sayako and Telly's kinda surprised. Time travel. Future events and everything that unfolds. How does this? As the video does change to Sayako and Telly, it showing her. She is confused, however. She's holding on to and showing off quite a bit of machinery, going on to state that her entire life's work is being handed over on a drive. Hopefully, this will inform you of what you need to do. All of my roadblocks and all of my failures are also written down and documented on here. So if you run into something that doesn't seem possible or logical, there might be an occurrence. Hopefully, changing the timeline will be for the better. Their world is gonna die. And this isn't happening again. They are not losing another planet. Along with that, do keep an eye out for something. You will need to find Brainiac, get the whereabouts, and download information from his computers. Whenever we tried, we didn't have a Kryptonian, let alone two, and the data was fried. However, our Sajam did survive, and we salvaged and got some data from the computers. However, Brainiac's knowledge and pool of information is too large. We barely even got a fraction of it, and that is what I am giving you. So, if you get that data intact, you will be accomplishing decades, possibly even centuries worth of what I have done here. This is all I have spent my life on. So please, listen to yourself. Get that information and save the world. After you do that, I hope you know he also has information on alien pathogens. You might be able to find something even remotely close to what happened to Midoriya. After that, you can create antibodies and, well, ways to make him immune to that virus. Hopefully the plan works, and if it doesn't, I really hope we don't rely on multiverse theory. Otherwise, things aren't going to be fun. Now, as the video would just show their Flash walking up, along with their Justice League. It being weird, as it just says that they're the last 7. The universe tries to balance itself out. It needs heroes. We are the ones who stepped up. We are humans, Atlanteans, and Amazons. You did do right by that, Dad. You did have a plan. However, you just didn't count yourself being the threat. Not again. Now, I'm not sure what to say now. I guess just tell Mom I love her. I didn't get to talk with her very long. I was kinda just taken away after that. And I'm sorry. If I treat you bad or harsh, it's 'cause I'm new to having a dad. So, I hope you understand. The video cutting back out and stopping. Midori is still trying to process information. He is trying to process it at super speed, as fast as his mind will allow him. Now, Midoriya, he knows something that she's not saying. She is the only Kryptonian he saw in that video. Meaning, something else happened. Something she doesn't want to say. So, that just means that he did something else. He is gonna make sure Darkseid pays. So, I fight him in 20 years. I doubt that. Him just looking up and asking her, did he ever find the White Lanterns? Did he ever overcome Orange? Her just saying no. In fact, that's one of the reasons why she's here. Your lantern ring stopped working the day you were infected. It's hard to explain. You kinda just stopped using it. I'm not sure if you went feral or whatever happened. You may have lost all of your emotions, turning into that monster. I really hope that's what it was. But you're going to have to go find out the orange one. You're going to have to go talk to Larfleeze. I believe that's what his name is. Yeah, you murdered quite a lot of people, Dad. Now, Midoriya is angry, but at the same time, he doesn't want to find Larfleeze. We need to find Brainiac first, Larfleeze second. Yeah, okay. Well, it's just that. Never mind. Alright. Well, I'm glad you're at least being honest with me. But at the same time, I plan on making that man pay. I'm going to make him pay sooner now. This being one of her shows, at least hug him. Midoriya, kind of unsure what to do. Just giving her a hug back. As Sayako does at least begin to look at the information. All of her life's work is on this single drive. Then again, that is all interesting. So, you're gonna go find Darkseid. What was his name? Brainiac, right? Yes, we are. Okay. Well, I would like to join you. Okay. Why? Because if this is part of my life's work and I need to get that information, then I am going. I don't want to end up like I did. I will take her advice though. A lot of the information I looked at, even just glancing at it, it's so out of my realm of possibility. And my quirk gets stronger. Probably. But what else? Well, I believe that I can talk to someone. She did actually start making technology for defense. Defense? Well, not like that. It's more or less like alien invaders or some of the predators we found on this planet. She has weaponry that will help us. Okay, good. Go get her, and then I'll at least start thinking. What about Bakugo, though? Well, he needs some time. In fact, I'm not too sure how he's doing now. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I do hope you enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next parts. And yes, to some of you who were talking about it in some of the previous episodes, the chick was Midoriya's daughter. I'm not sure if I can make it any more obvious. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed.